It's time for the final True Legends 5 tier list. Brave Eirika is one of the most interesting units to discuss because she was the strongest unit from True Legends 5 at release, but now has fallen off quite a bit, even considering that her kit is still quite strong. So let's start off by quickly going over Eirika's kit, and then we can jump into the tier list and talk about all the effects Eirika needs to once again be top tier in the meta. Okay, so we have Binding Regan Leaf, and what this essentially does, it has Slaying, is effective against armor and cav units, and then if Eirika's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, she has plus 5 to all stats, she gets 30% damage reduction against the first attack, and also if she initiates combat, she gets offensive no follow-up. This is overall a pretty solid weapon, with some good effects that definitely help her deal a ton of damage and also survive. But then we move on to Moonlight Bangle, and this is where things really step up. We have Canto 2, Anti-Guard, which is very powerful for a cav unit, and she gets special true damage based off cooldown. And this is really powerful because she can easily get 50% to 100% of the foe's defense whenever her special triggers. So with all that in mind, let's jump into the tier list and talk about all the effects Eirika really needs to get back into the meta. And the first thing I really want to talk about is a very simple but powerful effect she could get, and that is full no follow-up. I'm going to go ahead and put this one into the B tier, and the reason why this is so prevalent for Eirika is because currently she only gets it when she initiates combat and it's only offensive no follow. And the real problem with this is that she can get destroyed by units with guaranteed follow-up attacks, either when they're initiating on her or when she just doesn't get the kill. And so having full no follow-up would definitely help Eirika's survivability a ton. It would allow her to be a much more tanky unit, and the 30% damage reduction would be utilized much better. But now if we really want to talk about how to utilize Eirika's full power and really make full use of that special cooldown true damage, I think one of the effects she really wants is a breath effect. A breath effect would allow Eirika to use bigger cooldowns and then accelerate into them, and then she would get more true damage. And this would be very, very synergistic with her entire kit. It would allow her to run something like Luna, and she'd be able to almost guaranteed proc it against any unit unless they had full tempo, right? Which isn't very prevalent. It's mostly only on like infantry beast units. This would let her run 3 cooldown specials and get up to 50% true damage based off the foe's defense, which is ridiculous, especially when you consider all the base damage she'll have as well. I think this is one of the biggest effects Brave Eirika is currently missing. Right now she has to run really 2 cooldown specials to be consistent, and that definitely holds her back. So I think any kind of effect that can increase her cooldown while not actually lowering the damage is great. And I think another effect like that is Special Jump. We've seen it on Duo Ike. Once again, would just allow her to run bigger cooldowns and also just hit really, really hard. Another cool effect she could get for damage is just speed-based true damage. I think this would help her out a ton as well. She already has it in special, but just having it on every single hit could definitely help her out. I don't think it's like a game changer by any means, but it could definitely make her damage more consistent. Now, if we're talking about the reason why Eirika really fell out of the meta, the answer is very simple: speed creep. Eirika is just not fast enough to guarantee doubles all the time, which sounds kind of insane, and so what her refined really needs is just a lot of ways to get speed. And one of the most obvious and easiest ways that she is guaranteed to get is bonus stats. So we're going to put this one all the way up in S tier because it really is the effect she needs the most. She just needs ways to get a ton of speed. And so while she could just get something like plus 5 more speed in her refine, if she's able to get a cool effect like Winter Black Knight has, or like Spring Bernadetta, or something like that where she can just get a ridiculous amount of speed, that would help her the most and allow her to have a long time longevity in the meta. One way they could do this is by giving her a Clash effect. Clash effects can give up to 10 speed, which would be absolutely nuts. So this one's also going to jump up there into A tier. I think this would be great. Now the one thing, of course, with Eirika is that she only has 3 movement at the moment, so she can't get the full power of a Clash effect. But even so, just getting a ton of free speed would be great for her. Another absolutely amazing way that we have seen recently with Arcane Lewin is a built-in low speed defense, or like a built-in dull effect, so you can turn off the foe's bonuses. Why this is so powerful is not only because it turns off their bonuses, but it also just gives you a speed advantage because you can put bonuses on Eirika herself. So essentially it removes 6 speed at the minimum on the foe and gives you 6 speed over them, and also it removes the possibility for them to use things like bonus doubler. So I think this is a very good effect as well, so we're going to put this one up in S tier. Some other cool effects Eirika could get that wouldn't be like game changers but could help her out a bit are effects like Feud. Feud is actually pretty strong in the meta currently, so we'll put this one in B tier. Just being able to turn off all the different support units that offer drives or things like that could definitely help up matchups a ton, especially in game modes like Summoner Duels where Eirika really strived when she first came out, as it can turn off things like Fallen Maria, new duo Ymir's Miracle, base Ymir's Miracle. There's just so many effects that are based off drives, and being able to turn all those off makes you way stronger. So I think this could actually be a solid effect for her as well. Another okay effect Brave Eirika could get is Guard. I think just having Guard would just make it so that she can engage safely into a lot of enemies, and those enemies that rely on specials to blow up units wouldn't be able to do so against Eirika, which would be nice. So I'm going to put that one in B tier. Now, a more unique effect Eirika could get is Desperation, and this can come in a few different forms. You could get base Desperation, where she actually has to have an HP condition, and that could work well if you remove her A skill and put in a clash skill there. The other option though is Eirika could just get an effect where if she's fast enough, she can hit the foe twice in a row. Now, I don't really expect this to happen just because she has base damage reduction built into her weapon, so I don't think that they'll completely change that. But if she could get it, it would be quite strong, as it would allow Eirika to pretty much go in, smack a foe, and then on the second hit, pop a special, blow them up, before they even get a chance to retaliate. So I'm going to put this one in B tier, but it could be higher depending on how it is implemented. Another really cool effect I think Eirika could get, and one of the big effects that will allow melee caps to be really powerful in the meta currently, is +1 movement. We've seen this just on her brother, on Summer Ephraim, and it allows him to be a very mobile threat to do a ton of damage. So I think if Eirika could get this, it would help her a ton, especially in game modes like Summoner Duels. But it could also help her in Ether Raid's offense as a Gale Force unit, as it allows her to engage on the enemy team from a much farther range. Now, the other major thing that has pushed Brave Eirika out of the meta, in my opinion, has been damage reduction. Damage reduction has just become so prevalent and is just everywhere in so many different forms, and it can be stacked in so many different ways that a nuke like Brave Eirika just cannot get through it, and that really does suck. And unfortunately for cav units, there just really aren't any skills available to help them with that. And so I think an effect like damage reduction halving would be amazing on Eirika. So I'm going to put this one up into S tier. I think this would help her a ton and allow her to really fulfill that nuke role while also having some good survivability and mobility. But now let's move on to the 4 final effects that I think could completely break Brave Eirika and make her into a top tier Lance cav in the entire game. And the first one I want to talk about is a Brave effect. Now obviously, anytime you give a unit a Brave effect, it makes them way stronger. But the thing is with Eirika is this could be implemented to make her special base true damage way more powerful, because what you could essentially do is use something like a 3 cooldown special and then you would hit twice, so it would always proc thanks to the anti-guard, and then you could just destroy somebody. And if you were to combine this with a breath effect, you could even do bigger specials, which means Eirika could do something like 100% of the foe's defense as true damage, which would be absolutely ridiculous. So I do think a Brave effect obviously would make Eirika much more stronger, but that's pretty much the same for any unit. Okay, now let's talk about another effect that we've seen that really can make melee cavs very powerful, and that is the ability to turn off defensive specials. Most recently, we've seen this with Spring Carla, and it's such a powerful effect. It just allows you to go in, get around things like Pavis or like Miracle, and just destroy enemies. So I think this effect would make Eirika absolutely busted, and we've already seen how powerful Carla can be, even though she doesn't use all that often. She hits really hard, and there's not very many things that can survive her. So I think this would be a great effect for Eirika to get. But if we're talking about the one effect that she just kinda needs in my opinion, it is damage reduction piercing. And unfortunately, there is just no way for cavs to get this currently. Maybe that will change in the future and we'll get like an offensive special that can have damage reduction piercing, or maybe they'll make some kind of new physical no follow-up that can work on actual cavs, which would be nice. But if not, Eirika having it in her refinement would be absolutely busted. It would help her so much and pretty much fix almost all of her problems. Essentially, all she really needs is a way to get through damage reduction and speed, and so obviously getting one of these effects would definitely push her back into the meta. But if there's one effect that would completely break Eirika and just make her into one of the most powerful units in the game, it has to be canceling damage reduction completely. We've seen this on Legendary Nana, and it's ridiculously good. It allows Nana to just nuke almost any unit and just completely destroy them. The difference between Nana and Eirika is that Nana doesn't have the insane true damage that Eirika does. She has some true damage, but just not the explosive nature kind that Eirika gets with her specials. So if Eirika was just able to have that cancel damage reduction, it would allow Eirika to just pretty much be a lethal threat that could run around destroying things. If you were to combine that with an extra space of movement, oh my god, we would have a complete meta menace on our hands. But with that, my tier list for Brave Eirika is complete. I'd love to hear what you think about these effects. Which effects do you think Eirika really needs to come back into the meta? And what your favorite ways to use Brave Eirika is currently. Make sure to drop a comment down below letting me know. As always, I'd like to thank my members for all their constant support. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion, and I'll catch you all later.